of an executive session, but when we went into executive session, I inadvertently did not say the reason for it, so Bob, will you?
It was to seek legal advice with regard to the settlement of a pending lawsuit, which is entitled the Riverhead Central School District in Town of Riverhead against Culinary Arts Riverhead LLC.
Okay, so now can I have a first and second to come out of executive session and to go back into the, regular town board meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes. At this time, Mason, you have asked to address the board, you're out of order in addressing the board, you needed to come up before the resolutions, but out of respect for you, we will grant you permission to speak.
Yes, because it just was brought to my attention about this resolution. And as the assessors, you know, this is kind of like a grievance, because the problem we have with the Suffolk County IDA on the culinary schools, we all know, is that they haven't paid the pilot payments at all. And we've been talking to them about paying it. Now, to me right now, with this notice that came out for a public hearing that the Suffolk County IDA is gonna hold here at the culinary school on the 14th, to ask for another 10-year exemption. So, if we're looking to settle and not get our full money, to me, it's kind of premature. Let's go to this meeting and ask them in front of everybody for the money, the full amount that's owed. They want another 10-year exemption and then we're gonna do this, they come here before this ahead of time trying to settle something. If they're not paying in full, I put this thing aside till that hearing and go to that hearing and ask them for the full money. They're coming back to the taxpayers, they haven't paid the full taxes, the full pilot payment that they owed, and they're gonna come back and ask the taxpayers on next week that, can we get another 10-year exemption? When you didn't pay your 10-year exemption before, and then you held off and fought us and cost us money, having Bob, legal department get involved, and everybody else, to ask them just simply, pay your pilot. And they keep trying to divert it. So that's my thing. As guy who deals with the grievances, because this is like I say, a grievance, I say, table this, go to this meeting, let's all go there and ask them in front of everybody, because they're coming back to the taxpayers expecting a 10-year exemption. Not unless you pay first off. But we won't even talk about it till you pay us in full.
My only school of thought of this, Mason, is that this particular settlement pretty much makes us whole with the exception of a couple of percent, as far as the levy per month. Going forward, yes, I agree with you. I have every intention of going to this meeting and voice my concerns about an additional 10 years, like I did way back when Atlantis went for another 10 years. But, and I think the board is poised to look at that additional exception for 10 years. But this particular settlement is, I think it's two, although you can tie them both together, I think there's really two separate issues as far
Well,
as that goes.
To me, like I say, they all signed an agreement. The school, the towns are entitled to their money. The taxpayers of this town are entitled to the money. We've hosted this thing here. And if they're going to renege on paying what they owed and signed an agreement for, because it's not small money, you're talking a couple $100,000 here, to settle for less when they're coming to ask for more, to me is premature.
As Mr. Wooten said, I think we're taking this as two separate matters. The one is the grievance over the non-payment of the pilot, and this, authorization of the settlement is to address that. And then the board will vote whether they feel that that is satisfactory, the agreement that has been reached. And then the separate, request for another 10-year pilot is another issue that the board can address on its own merits. And so this is just based on the previous pilot payment, the previous, 10-year pilot payment.
But without, again, because I'm in the dark, I don't know, we settling for less than what they owe?
Bob, would you like to
Well,
address that?
let's address that issue, because I know that you say it's like a grievance, so you're acknowledging right off the
Yes.
bat, it's not a grievance.
I understand, yeah,
It's a pilot payment, which is not a tax.
yes.
Therefore, it's not subject to the same rules and procedures. And as you well know, I think, when you go to court, parties will assert defenses, and we've discussed those. I think I've had some discussions with not only yourself, but the town board on potential defenses, which could come up. So, is it the full amount with the 1% penalty, the 5%, interest? No. But the, understanding is that payment would be within 30 days of all the parties fully stipulating, which is a quick and prompt settlement. The full amount, which is the base amount, is going to be paid, and there's gonna be more. I don't wanna get into all the details and spill all the beans, but as you know, settlement is settlement, and with the understanding there's a risk of going to trial, which there are here. we may have. And I don't wanna concede that, but obviously, we know that once their answer comes in, once they assert certain defenses, affirmative defenses as they may be, not only does it delay the settlement, it also delays the ultimate recovery of the money.
Let's say, it just seems very convenient that this resolution, and then they come out with the ad next week that they're coming into town to ask for more money, a tax break.
It's a bit,
So.
it's a bit
You guys-
disconcerting. It is a bit disconcerting, but I agree with you.
And we will be in attendance
is
at that
disconcerting.
meeting for their second request,
And it's not
to
coincidental,
voice our opinion, because we feel the same way.
it's not coincidental, I think it's two separate. We've even discussing this term.
So, at this time, can we move forward with resolution 830? Mr. Hubbard, did you call this already, or?
You just been calling.
I believe I did, you want me to do it again?
Yeah, would you call it again?
Authorize the settlement of lawsuit commenced by the Board of Education of the Riverhead Central School District and the Town of Riverhead against Culinary Arts Riverhead LLC. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please?
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
I'd like to see the spreadsheet that Mason has, so I'm not prepared to vote on this today, and I'm going to vote no.
Wooten,
Absolutely.
And I think that, Mr. Kavakadis had done a fine job, in,
Kazakevich.
yeah, in settling this lawsuit, and I vote yes.
okay, resolution adopted.
A lot better job than you did pronouncing it.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
Resolution 831,
Sets date and time of Town of Riverhead's 19th Annual Bonfire and Holiday Celebration. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please?
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 832,
This appoints member to the Veterans Advisory Committee, so moved.
Second,
Moved and seconded, vote please?
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
a very valuable member, Carrie Nugent,
Yeah,
yes.
Carrie is good.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 833,
Awards bid for lubricant items, so moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please?
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
Yes.
Wooten,
Slipped by me, yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 834,
Authorization to reject bids for heating, fuel, and purchase said commodity through GML 10316. So moved.
Seconded?
Is this a this isn't a duplicate, I know there's a duplicate.
it was, that work session we took it out.
Hold on, just
Is there
one second,
something
this is rejection of the bids, number 27, was this the same one? The 834. Oh, this is the 834,
Yeah.
okay, alright, I'm sorry,
Okay,
yep. Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 835,
Refunding bond resolution dated November 7th, 2018. A resolution authorizing the issuance pursuant to section 90.00 and/or section 90.10 of the local finance law of refunding bonds of the Town of Riverhead, Suffolk County, New York, to be designated substantially public improvement refunding serial bonds and providing for other matters in relation thereto, and the payment of the bonds to be refunded thereby. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 836,
Authorizes the supervisor to execute an agreement authorizing the town to accept funds from the Suffolk County Office for the Aging to supplement the town's expanded in-home services for the elderly program. So moved.
Second,
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 837,
Jumped one.
did it?
837, authorizes grant application for $50,000, New York State SAM grant for Town of Riverhead, Town Hall HVAC replacement, so moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes, thank you, Senator Laval.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 838,
You're gonna wait a minute, I think.
Nobody likes that split screen, huh?
No, I do not. I love it. Ratifies the appointment of an interpreter for police department and justice court, so moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Lewin,
Yes.
Jen Smith,
Yes.
resolution adopted. Resolution 839,
Attendance of 2 police department employees to the CPTED seminar, so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 840,
Authorizes supervisor to execute agreement with Riverhead Soccer Club for training and referee services for the Town of Riverhead Police Athletic League Girls and Boys Soccer Program for 2018 calendar year. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 841,
Riverhead Sewer District Emergency Generator Budget Adjustment, so moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 842,
Amends resolution number 62, 180062, regarding agreement with Long Island Telecommunications and Electronic Services Incorporated, Lights, so moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 843,
Extends bid contract non-pro-tunc for charter coach transportation 2018, so moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded,
What's
vote
your
please.
language?
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 844,
Now, is this the repeat? This is authorizing to reject the bids for heating and fuel purchases. It's the same as 834. There was a couple
Fuel.
glitches in the way it came through.
Heating, fuel, and purchase second. Heating, fuel, and purchase said commodity to general municipal law. It does look like the same
The
thing.
price was
834
plus
says .0 gallon.
0.8 of a gallon.
834.
I can't do a side-by-side comparison.
So it's 834 and.
844, I believe they're I believe that they're the same.
8 cents per gallon, 0.8 of a cent per gallon, plus
They're a
United
little
Metro
different,
is
so one
the
of them is-
price minus 0.68. It is a little bit different.
0108.
Yeah, this is
So
different,
which is the good one?
the numbers are different.
This one's for heating fuel. 34.
Heating, fuel,
834 is for
and
heating fuel.
purchase said commodity.
44.
Rejects the bid and goes through a county contract, looks like.
Okay, well, it's rejecting the bid, so should we just move forward with it, Bob, or withdraw it?
I think, there's a reason for both of them being on,
Okay.
so I would
Okay,
act them on.
I'd rather
$1.
knock them out twice than forget to knock them out at all.
okay.
844 reads authorization to reject bids for heating fuel and purchase said commodity through General Municipal Law 103-16. So moved.
Second. Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 845,
Is awards bid for streetlight and traffic signal maintenance parts, so moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 846,
Sewer District Chemicals Budget Adjustment, so moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 847,
Authorizes notice to bidders, installation of variable frequency drive at well number 3A, Riverhead Water District, project number 18-06, so moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 848,
It authorizes notice to bidders for installation of water mains and appurtenances, Riverview Lofts, formerly known as Georgia Green, Riverhead, Water District Project Number RDWD 17-52. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 849.
Authorizes settlement of legal action in the matter of Town of Riverhead versus John Engehauser, et al., 212 Creek Road, Wading River, New York. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 850.
Authorizes settlement of legal action in the matter of Town of Riverhead versus Lon and Est et al., 148 Creek Road, Wading River, New York. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes, and I wanna thank Eric, our, town attorney. He did an excellent job settling these cases, yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 851.
Budget adjustment for building R and M. So moved.
Seconded.
You sure?
Yeah. R&M, State of R&M Electric.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 852.
Authorization to extend contract with the Long Island Cauliflower Association for Dow Flake Extra. Oh boy, 83-87% calcium chloride. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 853.
Engineering services in the connection to Plant Two rehabilitation, capital project number 81855, budget adoption. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 854.
Terminates a detention attendant. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
I mean, we're really not terminating him, we're just gonna let him go, right? Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 855.
Ratifies and accepts the resignation of a crossing guard. So moved.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yeah, Mr. Temporino has been, a crossing guard for a long time at St. Isidore's. I don't know how many years, chief, but I know he was there for many years while I worked over at the police department. I just wish him luck on his retirement. He was there for a long time, and, we appreciate all that he did for us up there, so
Yes.
I vote yes.
Giglio.
He was a great crossing guard. And he was, soon he's retiring. And you got him his gloves, right, chief, that he wanted? Okay. Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 856.
Authorizes town clerk to publish and post notice to bidders for water service materials. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 857.
Riverhead Water District budget adjustment. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 858.
Awards bid for calcium hypochlorite tablets for use in the Riverhead Water District. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 859.
Authorize, it's you.
Oh, me. Look at that. Authorize the supervisor to execute a retainer agreement with Lane M. Bupka, Esquire of Bupka Law Group for legal services for the Riverhead Youth Court 2018-2019 year. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 860.
Classifies action pursuant to SECRA and schedules public hearing for the special permit application of Masson Residence / office conversion, 918 Maid Road, Aquabog, New York, 11931, Suffolk County tax number 600-67-3-15. So moved.
Seconded?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted. Resolution 861.
Pays the bills. So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent.
Yes.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Giglio.
Yes.
Wooten.
Yes.
Jen Smith.
Yes.
Resolution adopted.
And then I think there was to untable resolution 805,
Yes.
appointing the hearing officer, I don't
Yes.
see that on here, how did that get
You're right
removed?
though, yeah, it got,
Yeah,
cause we had to
don't-
renumber and I
correction,
moved it and then I
yeah.
didn't move it back in, so
So-
it was supposed to be here, so, you want me to just see if I can grab it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Can we
Yeah.
do it tonight before we call us a game meeting?
let me go see.
Well, we have a town board meeting tonight too.
You can sing while in the interim.
The summer wind?
Actually, it's probably back in about the last week's.
Bob, you did good.
This one. It's down next to
Very
the.
articulate, composed.
Vineyard, yeah.
And they
Would it
changed
be
the
like
whole
like
section
right
where
away?
they had to do the
No, I
use
would
of
say like
the
usual, I said
driveway,
the
come
exception.
back out,
Yes.
but they wanted to use it as a house in the interim.
Right.
Let's not get carried away. Okay.
Or an apartment on the second floor without a use on the first.
Yes.
Where is that property?
With a kitchen.
It's right across from, Bayview, over there, that row of houses.
It's right across from Colonial Drive.
Oh, okay, next to, the old Bradley's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the one that Jefferson came in and talked to us about, though, and Brad, that they wanted to do the apartment on the second floor, and then they were gonna come in for a site plan for the first floor to turn it into an office.
It wasn't Jeff, it was Greg, it was Greg.
That's what we want along that whole corridor, right? The whole house, the.
That's why we're having the public hearing, and then we'll have the vote.
Yipper duppers. An old school, old log cabin over there too. Carriages. Are you on pause still, or are we still live?
We still
We
have.
still live? Oh, my goodness
Sing,
gracious.
Jim, sing.
Bob,
We
can I
already
open it, can I open it for public
If
hearing?
you have, if you have to go to the bathroom,
you know
or you
what,
have something,
at
you
this-
can just do that now, we'll be
Okay.
back in a minute.
At this time, while we wait for, that resolution, if anybody would like to come up and address the board, at all on anything?
Hello?
Hi, good evening. Council, Supervisor, my name is Dan Hilton, 30 Benjamin Street in Wading River. It's like the first time I got to see you guys, I'm kind of busy. But there's a few things in Wading River I'd like to address, and hopefully it can be resolved. I'll start from the south and I'll work north on Wading River Manor Road. First of all, with the McDonald's drive-through they have between Walgreens, whenever there's a slight of rain, that thing floods. If we get 4 or 5 inches, it's like a lake. I don't know if we could point fingers at somebody to fix this. I know McDonald's is a blue chip company, whether they can put, I don't know, recharge basins in there or something, but it could be a health risk if it continues. Working up north to the elementary school, where the bank is, it's a People's Bank, I believe. There's an elementary school there. There's really no stop sign. I think one needs to be there if that's a doable thing.
Stop sign at Benjamin, you mean,
Yes,
to stop people going south?
yeah. And I'm gonna work my way north there. But just recently they had a Halloween party, and what they do is they park on both sides of Benjamin, cause even with that new lot they got there, that still packs out. So they park on both sides of Benjamin, and that being a private road, you really can't get a fire truck through there. So that's another safety hazard. And there's a crosswalk there, so why wouldn't there be a stop sign? it would really help the, traffic, people coming out of the bank, people coming out of the gas station / beverage store. I think it'd be a good thing,
Benjamin is a private Benjamin is private, right?
yeah.
And you're asking for the stop sign not on Benjamin though?
Well, it would have to be, on Benjamin and on Wading River Manor Road.
Yes, well, there's a stop sign, Benjamin, but he wants to stop traffic in front of the school before it proceeds. I
Right.
know, I agree.
We'll bring it up at traffic safety, I'm looking at the chief right now, and our next
Yeah.
traffic safety committee meeting is in a couple of weeks, so I'll put it on the agenda and we'll discuss it.
Yeah, Jody, I've been through, traffic safety, and, they actually asked me if there was any incidents that were reported to the police.
How long ago were you with traffic safety?
Probably a year and a half ago.
Before I was there,
Yeah.
okay, we'll bring it up again, and just,
Yeah.
and then I'll get in touch with you,
Okay.
okay.
Now, working north down to, where I go to church, St. John's the Baptist, the past, supervisor had put a, police right there when exiting. Cause what happens is, when you're gaining, gaining speed down that hill, you got that little turn there, and it's dangerous. You got people coming out of Mass, and, there was a police there at every, I think it was 9:15, 11:15 on Sunday. So if we can continue that, Laura, that'd be great.
And that was Mr. Walter's church at that time, right?
Yep,
But they have, traffic control crosswalker at St. Isidore Church,
Nope,
and
I
they
know.
have, so it's when the church gets out, and it's maybe about 15 minutes in order to get people safely from the east to the west to the parking lot on the west side.
exactly, cause, they're flying down that hill,
It's not hard to do, I know.
yeah,
The hill and
no,
the bend.
and there's a little turn there,
Yeah.
it's a blind spot, and it's,
I've caught myself going, whoa.
yeah,
We could discuss that with the chief.
okay, great, that's all I got, so thank you for your time.
Alright,
Thank
that wasn't
you.
too bad. Thank you. We just have one copy of this, so
Right,
when you're
you
done, I'll
could
just
share,
pass it along.
That's actually
This is-
resolution 805.
Yeah, this is the one that I asked for a copy of the contract last week, or the last town board meeting when we had this up.
And I believe that you and Bob had spoken about this, or is that incorrect?
We had,
You didn't tell me the hourly rate,
White
What's
House
that?
was doing his, per diem is 1,600.
okay, so,
And the prior one was 1,400.
right, the prior one was 170,
2012.
the prior one was $175 an hour, which is what we pay our outside attorneys that wanna do business with the town. It's still today in all aspects in outside attorneys unless it's a special outside attorney, so this is, I think, $200+ an hour, but anyway, I know how I'm voting. If you wanted to come to the $175 an hour like we pay all of our other outside counsel, I'd be happy to vote for him. Once you start making exceptions for some, then everybody expects the exceptions.
Now, the outside attorney we used for labor council in the past, you said was 1,400.
Valerie Martin, it was
For a
$175
hearing
an hour.
officer, for the,
I'm
for
quite
the
asking
prior
a question.
disciplinary action.
What's that?
For the prior disciplinary action, without getting into specific names.
1,400, was it just based on,
It was
1,400,
1,400 per
or was
diem.
it based on an hourly rate?
No, it was a
per diem,
a
right.
flat per diem rate of 1,400.
And how long ago was that?
2011 is when the hearing started, and there were actually two,
So it wasn't based on an hourly rate?
no.
6 or 7 years ago.
Right,
Correct.
a time ago.
Alright, I put forward a motion to untable, resolution 804, which appoints a hearing. 805, which appoints a hearing officer. Can I have do I have a first and second to untable that resolution?
I move that we untable 805.
Second?
Second, first and second, vote please.
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
No, I still haven't seen the contract, and I still don't know whether or not he's charging us for travel time, or, I mean, $1,600 a day, is that for 6 hours of work, is it for 8 hours of work, is it gonna take him an hour to get here from the city? We're gonna pay him that time, I mean, I has to see the contract, but we don't have it, so I'm going to vote no to untable.
okay, Wooten,
Yes.
Jen Smith,
Yes.
resolution, 805 is untabled.
Bob, I just need 3 to untable, correct? No. Okay. So, now,
You had 4 anyway.
what was that?
You had 4 anyway.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't need 5.
You need 5 to
To untable. But it was tabled, so it's just untabling it. So can I have a first and second for resolution 805, appoints a hearing officer? Appoints a hearing officer, resolution 805.
I move that we appoint a hearing officer.
So moved?
Second?
Moved and seconded, vote please.
Kent,
Yes.
Hubbard,
Yes.
Giglio,
I think the last hearing officer, and looking at the invoices, was about $11,000 or $12,000 is what we paid that hearing officer. So there were many days involved, and $200 extra a day for this attorney when we don't know much about him, haven't seen the contract, you know. It's precedent setting in paying an outside counsel $200 an hour when we pay everybody else $175 an hour. And I don't know why we're doing it, so I'm gonna vote no.
Wooten,
My concern is not so much the rate, that doesn't bother me. My concern is this an automatic suspension without pay prior to the hearing?
Correct.
That's usual.
Is that usual?
I mean, that's what we've typically done. And, cause the, civil service law provision that's applicable does allow for that, up to 30 days.
Okay, I vote yes.
Jen Smith,
Yes.
resolution adopted.
At this time, I once again will open the floor to anybody that would like to address the board on any matters.
Hi, John Cullen, Yorkville. A couple of things. Ms. Giglio, with
Yes.
the bike path, is that a full round trip yet?
It will be if we can get this resolution adopted tonight, so we can proceed with the work to finish the trail before the asphalt plants close.
Okay, so we're not round trip yet.
Not yet.
Okay, very
I
good.
couldn't make it anyway.
I'd like to thank the board for the helicopter announcements, public announcements that have been running around town. I think it's gonna be very helpful. I think we're gonna get a good crowd there. And I hope that the FAA, if they need to stay past 9 PM, they stay past 9 PM. I'd also like to talk about URT. They came in last year asking for a work session, which they had. I remember Nelson Happy mentioning that maybe we can just bypass the public hearing. I'm glad that we had the public hearing. We came strong, and things have been very quiet since. They came for their second work session, and again, Nelson Happy at the end of the session said, I guess, can we start ordering our parts now? And obviously, they have not started. What I've noticed over at the United Riverhead Terminal recently, we had a community gathering the other day, and we've noticed that the trucks are coming in less giant trucks, 24-wheel, 12,000 gallon tanks, less trucks are coming in now that they are barging in the 5% oil. And we think that's very good. We know that they wanna put in 108,000 gallons of storage, which we think is a tremendous amount for 5% mix. When 5 years ago, when they came in for the gasoline, they came in with 18,000 gallons for a 10% mix. So in the big picture, we think there's some funky monkey business that's gonna happen down the road. Maybe this board, maybe another board, but they're just getting their stuff in. So I still think that if they haven't put in their full plans yet, if they could lower the size of storage, and that would be very helpful. The mom and pop trucks have been starting to come in more and more now with the weather getting cooler, but we haven't noticed the big 24-wheel, 12,000 gallons, 140,000 pound trucks leaving the site. So that's just something that we've been aware of.
And you're saying that they're barging in the biofuel?
The biofuel as of July 1st is
You're bringing it pre-mixed.
they're bringing it in pre-mixed by barge.
Okay.
So as of July 1st, every oil company has to have biofuel delivered to the home house. So without their storage tanks now, they're bringing it in by barge. And what better way can you bring it in, and cheaper way can you bring it in by having it pre-mixed and brought in, instead of having trucks being brought in from New York City to bring it in, or from wherever they're getting this oil and trucking it down the LIE and right through the roads of Riverhead. versus having it come by water. It's kind of a no-brainer, but things have been very quiet, I don't know what's going on.
They're in
With-
the middle of conducting, Mr. Murphy said, but, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're in the middle of, part of the request was for a traffic study.
Traffic study.
So they're still in the process of completing the traffic study.
Okay, very good,
We
because
wanted
their
part of
traffic
it-
study didn't go well the last time, as
Well, we also wanted to-
Mr. Wooten,
That's probably why they're not driving on the roads right now.
and they're not, the company's not to be trusted. Mr. Wooten, you were here, Ms. Giglio, you were here the last time we went around with these guys, and they said that they had a big contract from the government and all this stuff, and we, as a civic, did our homework with the environmental groups and the other civics, and we were able to put a stop to what happened the last time, but they came in saying, we've got the contract, we need the gasoline, when they never had the contract, knowing the contract was already signed beforehand with another people, so I just don't trust the people at URT, the new ownerships, let's put it that way. I'll end it there with that, and as far as tonight's CDA meeting, can I make a comment now, or should I come back for that?
If you wanted to be on the record for the CDA, meeting, then it should be at the CDA meeting. You can certainly address us now, it just won't be in the minutes for that meeting.
I
Okay,
will ask that your comment be made part of the minutes for this evening's meeting if you cannot make it back.
I'd rather not make it back.
Okay.
Thank you. My comments are, I'm against the purchase by TAT. And my reasons are that I've seen Mr. Jamasian in action. I did read the articles, I'm sure there's some good articles about him, but I read, what was out there. And the way that Mr. Jamasian stood right here and said, you need to hug me, you need to kiss me, this is dirty politics, screaming and using his arms in a shouting manner toward our supervisor after a work session, I thought was very disrespectful. I thought it was wrong. And then this is also coming from a man that just, that happened on May 5th. But on March 3rd, at the public hearing over at the school, there's a question brought up to him about the ball fields over in the Calverton and upgrading them. And he said, if I get a 5-0 vote from the board right now, you got your stuff. Mr. Wooten, I believe you said that's not the way we work around here. And I believe this is not the proper way to go with the town. I just don't trust Mr. Jamasian as much as I don't trust Mr. Castamatidis, unfortunately. So that is how I stand, and I wish you well tonight, and I hope it goes well. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else that would like to come up and address the board? Seeing nobody, can I have a first and second to close, the
So
board meeting?
moved.
Second.
Seconded.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No one, so carried.